The technology likely to have the greatest impact on the next few decades has arrived. And you'll be surprised to learn that it's the underlying technology of digital currencies like Bitcoin. It's called the blockchain.
Our team will be proposing the possibilities and advantages of integrating distributed ledger technology and blockchain into your business. Before understanding the possibilities of this adoption, we first need to understand the concepts. Distributed ledger technology, also known as DLT, is essentially a shared ledger or distributed database between multiple parties, businesses, or even entire industries. Blockchain follows the same concept as it is a type of DLT. It uses cryptographic and algorithmic methods to verify a continuously growing chain of transaction blocks, hence the blockchain, which ultimately serves the function of a ledger. This new emerging technology can revolutionize entire industries because of the level of transparency, easier auditability, gains in speed and efficiency, cost reductions, automation, programmability, and so many other things. With everything in mind, we can now begin to introduce the possibilities in your particular industry.
So the utility of blockchain extends far beyond just Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It's going to fundamentally change how we operate our business. For example, think about how slow and complex of a process it is to issue assets, right? It requires multiple intermediaries and a lot of time, and with blockchain, it doesn't have to. And then there's also huge opportunities in compliance, because think about how inefficient the auditing process is. With blockchain, you have an immutable ledger. You can actually automate some of these things. You can have real-time oversight of different activities, you can monitor transactions, and so there's so much less room for fraud and human error. And then on top of that, you're more transparent, which is great not only for regulators, but for the investors as well. And this is just scratching the surface. There are so many other applications for blockchain in our company. Because once you understand the key features of this technology, right? It's distributed, it's transparent, it's immutable, you can trust it. You realize this is not a question of do we implement it, it's a question of when.
Going out and buying individual equity securities, there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of different people touch that transaction. So currently today, right, Monday, October 12th, if we were to go out and buy a security, we wouldn't have to pay for that security until Wednesday, 2 days from now. We also wouldn't receive that security until Wednesday. So there's a 2-day delay between when we decide we're going to buy something and when it actually settles, kind of the settlement date of that transaction. So I think with blockchain, that could almost be near real-time settlement of a security transaction. That would, one, eliminate a lot of risks in the industry, and two, make it much more efficient from an operational standpoint.
Though there are countless of opportunities with the use of blockchain technology in the finance industry, there also comes potential consequences that the industry needs to be aware of. One of which is data immutability. Data immutability has always been one of the biggest disadvantages of the blockchain. It is a consequence for the finance industry because any transaction proposal that is accepted to the ledger is considered final. Incorrect, incomplete, or even unauthorized transactions might result in unintended consequences such as degraded data integrity.
So the kind of examples where this problem comes up stem from the GDPR's guarantee of the right to be forgotten, as an example, which is a powerful concept that says people can have their data erased if they want to. However, a blockchain fundamentally doesn't erase data. It never erases data. So these two regimes become, as you said, incompatible on the surface.
Despite these potential consequences and uncertainties, there's not much else to be afraid of. In fact, there's more reason to be excited for the technology and how it can revolutionize the finance industry.
Blockchain and cryptocurrency will increase the efficiency and ability within the financial industry while simultaneously giving more power back to the general public to control their investments. By cutting down on the industry's role in monetary transactions, we will gain back information regarding our digital identity and personal data, as it will no longer be necessary to share this information with these third parties. Similarly, since our personal data will no longer be held by these massive financial corporations, the risk of falling ill to data breaches and identity theft will become far less and a thing of the past. Blockchain's use of public involvement essentially gets rid of the private aspect that the financial industry promises its customers, leading some to believe that complete and total privacy regarding who participated in financial transactions and investments is no longer possible. On the other hand, the blockchain's anonymity regarding exactly what is being transacted can open a door to illegal and criminal activity among its users. The lack of regulation and control surrounding the blockchain can pose great risk to companies utilizing its platform, leading to possible external security threats, causing a possible loss in a user's financial stake.
Blockchain technology in the financial world is a reality, and we can predict its popularity to skyrocket within the near future. There are some factors that are inhibiting significant adoption, but we feel like we can leverage these into advantages for your company, offering you a significant competitive advantage. Currently, lack of governance, scalability, and regulation and compliance risks prevent mass adoption, but are also a barrier of entry. Lack of governance. Without a central decision maker, it's important to ensure the privacy of the blockchain to prevent misaligned motives from members within the company. Another potential for improvement for the blockchain is scalability. Companies like Visa are able to process 1,700 transactions per second. However, the blockchain processes around 4.6 transactions a second. Although this may pose to be more of a major problem for the blockchain technologies at the moment, with the significant interest that is being put into this technology, there are options for increasing the amount of transactions per second, and these innovations will only further develop. The last factor that makes blockchain harder to adapt to the financial industry is the regulatory and compliance risks. With new technology, laws and regulations are often trying to catch up, and this can make it harder on companies to ensure compliance. New automated solutions can help optimize onboarding, due diligence, and efficiencies to really reduce your investigative costs. Once your company infrastructure to stay current on new regulations, creating contingency plans to meet new compliance deadlines, and leverage the blockchain to do the heavy lifting for your financial organization, we predict your company is going to be much more successful.